finished with 12 points. But I think Dana, probably his biggest asset, he was so doggone stingy in the paint, he gave Wheaton one shot at the bucket tonight. Hey, we got more big guys in this tournament. Froda Loftusis. He has become almost a cult hero for Minnesota basketball, this part of the state.
He's a folk hero in Otter Tail County, I'll guarantee it. If somebody had some cash to print up some t-shirts, they'd make $1 million.
Both coaches, when we come back, one team is in. It's the Long Prairie Indians. Fergus Falls, Hillcrest, and Staples Motley on the way. You're watching Minnesota basketball on the Valley Sports Leader, WDAY. Back at the Cobber Fieldhouse, Ed Schultz along with Dana Mock tonight. We're live, coming to you with more Minnesota basketball coverage on WDAY, and Long Prairie has advanced into the championship game of Region 6 with a 61-43 win over the Wheaton Warriors. Dana Mock is with Lynn Peterson, the head coach of the Staples Motley Cardinals, and I'll tell you what, they have got a tremendous tradition here in Region 6. Dana, what do you think?
Well, Ed, I tell you what, Lynn Peterson and Staples Motley have been here so many times before. Coach, just like a regular season game for you?
It's not like a regular season game. It's got a little different atmosphere to it, and the stakes are a little higher.
How do you feel your ball club's playing coming into this one? You telling me you haven't lost since, what, Christmas?
We've lost one ball game since Christmas. That was against Fergus Falls. We were missing a couple starters, but I think it was immaterial. Fergus was really playing well. We didn't feel we really played well in the district tournament, but I would be surprised if our kids don't play well tonight. I think this is kind of what they've been waiting for.
Coach, what do you hang your hat on? Your defense, you just gave up 12 points to Bertha Hewitt in that first half of your district championship final.
Right, our defense has to be the key for us. Our defense keys a great deal of our offense. Look at our kids out there. You don't see a great deal of size. We got some pretty good quickness, and we've got to utilize that by putting some pressure on the defensive end and trying getting some easy baskets offensively off the defense.
Can you handle Froda inside?
We've got to try. You know, we've got a couple different things we're going to try on them. We're just going to play them straight up to start with, and if that doesn't work, we're going to try one other little thing to try and keep him out away from the basket a little bit further. But you know, he's one kid you've got to stop. But you can't just totally stop him and leave Carl Christensen and Newman alone either, because they're not here because of the big kid. They're here because of their team.
Coach, you've been here so many times before. Do you want to plant a seed of doubt in Fergus Falls Hillcrest and maybe play off a little tournament experience with a great start?
Well, we'd love to get a great start. Particularly, we'd like to come on a transition. You know, we'd like to get a couple easy baskets. I think the other thing is that I'd be worried a little bit from our kids' standpoint. We've got a lot of rookies out here that haven't been on this floor in a region tournament. You know, if we can get a couple easy baskets off of our defense or transition, it's a good way to loosen the kids up.
Coach, we talked about Froda as an offensive threat. What about defensively? He blocks a lot of shots. Can you live from the outside? Can you get it inside tonight?
We're not going to live from the outside. We've told our kids you've got to go at him and go around him. And if he blocks it, he blocks it. We don't want any shots altered. If he's in the ball game and he blocks 15, that's the way it goes. But he's got to pick up some fouls on that too. And you know, we're going to go after him.
Lynn Peterson, best of luck tonight.
Thank you, Dana.
We'll be back to the Cobber Fieldhouse in just a moment.
Back at the Cobber Fieldhouse, we're in between games. Long Prairie has advanced past Wheaton 61-43. Lynn Peterson, interesting that he wants to go right after Froda Loftusis. That is going to be a great matchup. The Staples Motley Cardinals do not have the dominant player inside that they've had in past years. They have a great backcourt led by Ryan Beachy, and they're a good shooting team, especially at the free throw line. They have not been the kind of team like they were a year ago with Bernie Salby, where they would really get 20 points a game out of the post. They're a well-balanced type scoring team and very fundamental when it comes to the defensive end of the floor. So I think it's going to be a great game. The fact that they're going to go after Froda Loftusis is going to certainly let us know how much basketball he's learned and whether he's going to get caught up in all the emotion and all the hype of this tournament. Let's go to Dana Mock for the head coach to the Fergus Falls Hillcrest Academy Comets, and that is Richard Risbrut.
Well, thank you, Edward. Richard Risbrut, when they talk about Region 6 basketball over the last decade, Staples Motley always comes up. I mean, here's a team that's been here 10 to 12 years. Does that give them some type of advantage? This is your first region game in, what, about 15 years?
Well, I know when I'm playing in a tournament, I like to have the experience, so I'm sure it is their advantage. They're just a great basketball team and program. Lynn Peterson does a great job. We're just honored to be in the same court with these guys.
How have your kids handled the pressure?
Well, they seem to be pretty relaxed tonight.
How about the coach?
I'm more nervous than anybody.
What's the game plan for tonight? How do you attack Staples Motley? Lynn Peterson said his ball club is a lot like Frazee.
Well, they are. They're good shooters from the outside. I think we're going to see the toughest defense that we've seen all season. I call it a Velcro defense. I don't know how we're going to get away, but we gotta get the ball to the point, off to the wing, and into the big man. If they stop that, well, then they deserve to win.
Is Frodo the ticket tonight?
He really is, but he can't score every time. We got to have other guys open as well, but he's definitely got to play the force on the inside.
Coach, how important is a good start tonight? Get off to a real good start and really build plant a seed of confidence in your ball club.
We just talked about that in the locker room. We don't want to get behind 8-0 and call a timeout and decide what we're going to do. So we hope the defense we put on them can at least slow them down beginning. Maybe do some switching during the game. We'll have to see what works for us tonight.
What do you worry about in the Cardinals? Ryan Beachy and David Joerger from outside?
Oh, definitely. And then Peterson can hit from the outside, and I'm worried about all 5 of them. I wanted to play a 2-3-2 zone against them tonight, but they wouldn't let me.
You tried that in the district. They wouldn't let you, right?
No, but our defense has got to put pressure in their shooting. We got to stop their penetration, and hopefully we won't draw too many fouls when they put the ball on the floor and try to go to the bucket.
Coach, you called it a team of destiny. That means you're supposed to get to the region championship game, doesn't it?
That'd be great if we could do that, Dana. Be just another dream come true, I guess.
Richard Risbrut, thanks for joining us. Best of luck tonight against the Staples Motley Cardinals. Ed, let's go back to you.
Well, it was a year ago that the Dilworth Locomotives were grabbing all the headlines and grabbing all the highlight tape time. And the reason being, Joe Belka, a blast from the past. Welcome back from Concordia tonight. Fergus Falls Hillcrest coming up against defending region champion, the Staples Motley Cardinals, when we come back. Ed Schultz back with Dana Mock live at the Cobber Fieldhouse tonight. Long Prairie is in. It's either going to be the defending champion Staples Motley Cardinals or a newcomer on the block over the last 15 years, Fergus Falls Hillcrest Academy. Well, when you look at how these teams got here, Dana, everybody said all year long that the Cardinals were not the team they were a year ago because they lost some key people, i.e. Bernie Salvey, who was so dominant now playing Division I basketball. But look at this. Nobody touched this team through the District 24A tournament.
And Lynn Peterson says they didn't play well in the district. They held Bertha Hewitt to 12 points in the first half, 6 in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter. In fact, when Lynn Peterson came up and worked out with his Cardinal basketball team last Saturday, I talked to him, did you expect to be back? You're really reloading from a year ago. He said, when we left this tournament last year as Region 6 champions, 2 kids coming back off that starting lineup, Ryan Beachy and David Joerger, said it is a goal right now for the 1990-91 season to come back up to the Cobber Fieldhouse and practice that Saturday morning. By golly, if they didn't fulfill that goal.
All right, out of 23A, the Comets over Pelican Rapids, over the top seed Glendon Felton. And at that point, people were saying, hey, what was Hillcrest doing, the number 4 seed? And then it was no problem over Frazee. It was tight for 3 quarters, but Hillcrest just kept getting dominant play inside from Frodo Loftus. But I think the key tonight, Dana, for Hillcrest is going to be their backcourt. The Beachies know how to handle the ball. They know how to run the show. And Ryan Beachy, I think, is going to be a big key for the Cardinals. Counter that with Christensen. He's going to have to play well tonight for the Comets. I think that backcourt, they're going to have to get Eric Carl loose. I listened to your interview with Lynn Peterson. I think they've got to be a little bit more concerned with Eric Carl than they do with Froda, because Carl, he's that kind of player that can just get unconscious and just have ice in his veins anywhere on the floor. He's got a great shooting touch. I think he's the key tonight.
Well, I'll guarantee you that Lynn Peterson, in talking with him at that Saturday practice, said we have got to get Fergus Falls backcourt people, they're smaller shooting people, away from the basket. He said it's easy to throw that lob pass into Froda when you're 10, 12, 14 feet away from the basket. He said you can't throw that lob pass when you're 17, 18, 20 feet away. That's what they want to do with Eric Carl, with Eddie Newman, and with Christensen. They want to back them away from the basket, get them out near the three-point line.
The Cardinals, under Lynn Peterson, 5 region titles over the last 10 years. Hillcrest, none. When we come back, the starting lineups of tonight's game between the Comets and the Cardinals. Stay with us. You're watching the Valley Sports Leader, WDAY Television Sports. The Hillcrest Academy Comets have captured the hearts of the District 23A basketball community. The district's 5th seed has pulled off 3 straight upsets and on their way to their first 23A title since 1976. Now Cinderella comes to the ball, 2 more wins away from an elusive trip to the state tournament. And the Comets hope the clock doesn't strike midnight before Friday night's championship celebration. Standing in the way of the improbable Comets are the giants of Region 6A. The Staples Motley Cardinals have dominated this region, winning 4 titles in the 80s and claiming their first of a new decade last season. Lynn Peterson has won an incredible 82% of his games in 11 years at Staples. The way the Cardinals see it, it's their title until someone takes it away. Let's go to Chad Olson for the starting lineups in tonight's game between the Staples Motley Cardinals and the Fergus Falls Hillcrest Comets. 2 teams that have played well down the stretch. The Cardinals 10 straight and the Comets 8 straight wins. But both teams playing their best ball of the season at the right time. And isn't that what tournament basketball is all about?
Ladies and gentlemen, Concordia College welcome you this evening to the Region 6A High School Boys Basketball Tournament. This evening in our second game, District 23A champion Hillcrest Comets take on the District 24 champion Staples Motley Cardinals. Now for our starting lineup. First for the visitor on the scoreboard, the Staples Motley Cardinals. Starting at a guard, a 6-foot senior wearing number 3, Ryan Beachy. Starting at another guard, a 5'11 junior wearing number 21, David Joerger. Starting at yet another guard, a 5'10 senior wearing number 14, Matt Peterson. Starting at a forward, a 5'11 junior wearing number 34, Kevin Shequin. And starting at the center position, a 6'3 senior wearing number 31, Tim Gaden. The Cardinals are coached by Lynn Peterson. Now for the home team on the scoreboard, the Hillcrest Comets. Starting at a guard, a 5'11 junior wearing number 31, Ed Newman. Starting at another guard, 6'2 senior wearing number 35, Eric Carl. Starting at a forward, a 6-foot senior wearing number 12, Brad Christensen. Starting at a forward position, a 6'3 junior wearing number 45, Canute Lissette. And starting at the center position for the Comets, a 6'8 junior wearing number 55, Froda Loftusness. The Comets are coached by Richard Lisbrew. Officials for this evening's game, Bob Nick and Paul Sanis.
The matchups.
Doesn't get much closer than that.
Real close.
Rebounds a game. I got a feeling that could change if Froda is a factor as he has been in the last 3 district games.
Bobby Nick, the official tonight. Balzanis. Dana, this is the shortest lineup that the Cardinals have brought to the region tournament in recent years.
That's why most people thought this would be the rebuilding year for Staples. This would be the time that somebody else would come out of District 4.
Shequin, Kevin Shequin, at a distinct disadvantage, and Eddie Newman comes away with it for the Cardinals. Double dribble. Oh, yeah. He was looking for some help back there, but Eric Carl couldn't get back fast enough. So right away a turnover, and it's going to go to the Cardinals. Joerger, out front, a veteran player, has that big knee brace on, has played with it for most of the year. Should not bother him. Down low, inside. Go. There's that Lynn Peterson fundamental basketball right away.
Talk about movement without the basketball. Those Cardinals were just going nuts when Joerger was holding the ball at midcourt. First foul on Froda. You got a feeling that Lynn Peterson would love to get the big Norwegian in foul trouble right off the bat.
This team at the free throw line is unbelievable. One of the finer teams in the state of Minnesota in that category. And the Cardinals go man-to-man right off the top. Newman with the ball. Needs help. Out to Christensen. Checked up by Shequin, who was jumping center. Christensen. Face. He'll take it. Whoa. Was that a pass? Carl isn't going to pass it up. Cardinals quickly. They're going into Froda. Another foul. That's 2 on the big fella. Froda Loftusis.
He's got to stay on his feet. He's got to stay down.
Less than 55 seconds played, and right away, Froda's got 2 fouls. And he's on him. Go. Well, you can see that the bread and butter for the Cardinals is quickness.
And free throw shooting.
Lynn Peterson says he wants the Concordia College head men's basketball job. Talked to him last week. He says, yeah, I'm going to go for it. I really want it. What else can he do at Staples? Eric Carl, going to be a big key tonight. To Newman. Good quickness by this Cardinal ball club. Froda had a hard time with it. Beachy, it's knocked out of bounds. Dick Risbrut, he wants his team to take it up a notch. They're like a step behind Dana.
Cardinals, like you said, Ed, quickness is the key for them, and they have found a way early on to neutralize Froda. He has not been a factor yet, and he has 2 quick fouls. In fact, he picked up a second without even a minute being gone.
Ryan Beachy. Right away, the Cardinals by 6.
Beachy hits about half his shots from three-point land. He's a deadly shooter.
Got a foul there. That's going to be on Matt Peterson, his first. Lynn Peterson played his college basketball at Concordia College. Eric Carl puts it in to Newman. Tried to look to Lisa, couldn't find him. And Staples with the lead will play deliberate. Left open for the shot. Code cleared away by Froda. Now, normally they'll hit that shot, that 15, 14-footer. Christensen. Out to Newman. Newman. Lisa.
He's not a shooter.
No.
In fact, he doesn't want to shoot. He's their rebounder, 8 a game.
Into Loftusis. Really crowded. Couldn't get anything.
The Cardinal defense has him boxed in. He can't even turn around and look at the basket.
I think he's got to come out further. Joerger with the ball. Great job in the early going by the Cardinals. They've got this Hillcrest team scouted. Newman kicks it. It'll stay with Staples Motley.
Cardinals aren't a tall team, but I tell you what, they certainly are intelligent.
Peterson, short. And a nice rebound down low. Joerger in the land of giants. Ryan Beachy, too strong. Eric Carl clears it away. And we got a foul. That is going to be on Beachy. The one thing that we've noticed right away on the Staples Motley team is they can all handle the ball. I mean, they are all gym rats, you know? I mean, they just know what they're doing. Here's Froda. Here's what they're doing to him.
Watch the defense inside. I mean, Froda can't even turn around. There's Joerger helping him out. 3 guys around Froda, and he had a tough time getting his feet and body straightened away.
Newman, another foul. That's going to be on Peterson. So at the midway mark here of the first quarter, Hillcrest not on a roll. Staples doing what they want to do early.
Come on, you could tell me.
There's nothing to tell. It's just...
One of the reasons the turnover bug has hit Hillcrest, it is something that has not happened to this ball club, at least through District 23. Froda has been shut down. Eric Carl has not found his way into the Comet offense just yet.
Dana, he's got to come out and get the ball. Newman is feeling a lot of pressure. You can see that he's not in a groove right now. Peterson's got to check that. Christensen's got to help him out. And I think they got to get Eric Carl a little bit more involved. But did you notice when Carl got the ball the last time here on the corner, they doubled him up right away.
Staples playing what we call in-your-face defense.
And another toss to Froda. Shequin to Beachy. There's a travel. Joerger a little too anxious. Will they keep going to Froda?
They've got to. He's the bread and butter. He's the guy who really helped them win the District 23 title. How can you not go to Froda? At 6'8", and Staples' biggest guy is probably 6'2".
Newman, back to Carl. There's a good matchup, Carl and Beachy. Newman with a rebound. Saved nicely. Joerger pulls it out from Skisic. Nice follow inside by Godin.
Froda right now is gun-shy because he has 2 fouls. He didn't dare go after that rebound that time, and Godin is winning the battle inside.
Skisic is now lined up on Newman. There's Carl. Back to Newman. Nice pass, and it's going to go. Christensen. And only the second bucket in 5 minutes of basketball for the Comets. This is pretty characteristic of a team that hasn't been to the region in a while. There's Beachy. He knows how to do it. Cardinals by 8. Christensen. Back to Newman. We're inside the 3-minute mark in the first quarter. Newman all the way down the lane. Won't get it. Cleared out quickly. Fast break coming up. Joerger. He walked.
Remember in that District 23A game, the coaches had to encourage Froda to get back down court and play some defense. Well, he's lagging behind again this game.
Christensen to Froda. He's fouled. That's what they needed to get it going. But he's not the best free throw shooter on the team.
But at least he made the bucket. That's the real key. Good drive that time by Christensen to open up the lane a little bit. Godin had to honor that drive, and it opened up the inside for Froda just a shade. In fact, he still had trouble getting his feet straight on that one to hit the bucket.
And a three-point play by Froda Loftus draws the Comets within 5. Joerger up top against the zone. Skisik. Ryan Beachy in traffic. Nice move. Froda played him really tentative in the paint that time because he's already got 2 personal fouls.
Kind of had to honor Beach because he hit the last jumper from the free throw line, and that time Beachy just blew by him.
Eric Carl with the ball has yet to score. Ryan Beachy's on him. Into Froda. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Comets as Godin put it out of bounds. Froda's not leaving his feet. He's playing flat-footed, it seems like.
Godin is doing a great job on Froda, too. Really giving him all kinds of problems.
Christensen, too strong. Lisa. Newman is looking for help. They're cold. Lisa and Christensen, they travel it up.
Richard Risbrud is off the seat on the Comet bench, and he's trying to encourage Froda, get in the ball game, get into it a little bit more, get into the flow.
Godin just took the baseline. He knows that Loftus is playing tentative. The baseline drive can't get any easier than that.
And he's going to the reverse layup that time, knowing that Froda can come over the back and still not foul him, so he went back door that time.
Beachy. Nice English on the ball. And the Comets better watch out. We'll stay here and see what Dick Risbrud is thinking.
Eddie, you take, Eric, you take the point now. Okay? Listen, you gotta deny that baseline down, Eddie, low. Okay, Froda, you can stop that drive on the base instead. Just go straight up on him, okay? You can't get the third. Okay? But we gotta get the ball to our shooters too, Eddie. Okay? You gotta set, you give him penetrate around now and try to get the throw. Yeah. Try to take it in on because they're calling him so close. You gotta work. You gotta work on getting open. Put your guy up the black line, then post that down low, okay? Okay? Hey, never give up. Hey, we said this could happen, so we got to come back now. He's afraid to shoot the threes, too. If Eric get the ball, you take him screen him so you can stand.
Going left. Give me going left. I'm going to go left.
Okay, from the left side. Hey, we can try a 1-3-1 zone next time down, okay? We're in the 3. Brad's underneath. Okay? Pick him up, stop that penetration. You got to get the ball around. You got to move. As soon as the guy's open, you got to hit him on the open. You do it, Red. You got to hustle back on D right away. Just start with a cross, Crossover. Hey, you can get over on the crossover. Start opposite Froda. You start opposite Froda and come around outside on the crossover. Okay? Hey, let's go. Keep it going.
Never give up, Fred. Not give it up.
Hey, good lobs in the pro now. Let's go. Go!
Well, it doesn't sound like much is going to change, but on the defensive end, they're going to go to the 1-3-1, which kind of interesting, seeing that the baseline drives have worked pretty good for the Cardinals. Godin and Beachy have got all the points for the Cardinals so far. They're on a 6-0 run. They want Carl handling the ball, and he didn't get any help there.
See Knut's inexperience coming into play that time. He didn't quite understand the pick and roll. He picked, he didn't roll.
Time remaining in the first quarter. 18-7. Hillcrest trailing the Cardinals. Has to be considered a tremendous start, considering the height advantage that the Comets have got. And it's going to go to the Comets. Stepping inbounds on the play. So Eric Carl is going to work the show up top. He has the ball. 10 seconds to go. It won't go. 2 seconds. A caster. The Cardinals won't get it in time, and that's the end of the first quarter. So the Comets aren't in sync, and the Cardinals are. Staples Motley. They've done it so many times before. Turnovers, they're plaguing the Comets. So we go to the second quarter. And Dana, you have to wonder how tournament pressure is going to be handled by the Comets. Can they get on that emotional roll they were on in the 23A tournament?
If there's a team that can apply pressure, it is Staples Motley.
This kid, Godin, is really good around the basket. He's kind of swiggly in there, isn't he? Froda. That's what they want to do. And Mike Carl is the kid who got it to him. Peachy can't leave him alone. Outside Joerger. Look out.
They can all shoot from outside. They can all
Peachy.
drive inside.
Up on Carl. Yes, they can.
How about 13 points for Tim Godin already? Whoever thought Godin would outscore Froda at this point, 13-5.
Going to be an offensive foul on the Cardinals. Sheeklin. Lynn Peterson does not like the call. Lynn Peterson to Bobby Nick. One Cobber to another.
There's the baseline. It certainly looked like Christensen was going to get ready to set up and take the charge.
What a phenomenal run he's had at Staples. And they're on one right now. Newman up top. Needs help. See, now somebody's got to come out and get the ball from him. Christensen. Back to Froda.
Now they've got it figured out a little bit.
They got to do it on both ends of the floor, and Newman is going to be charged with the foul on Joerger. I think those last two buckets by Froda has given them a little bit of confidence, but now they got to be patient. They got to keep doing that. They got to reverse the ball quickly, I think, Dana.
You know, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Lynn Peterson wanted to get 2 quick fouls on Froda right off the bat and just plant that seed that you can't play aggressively, because the last thing he wants is a Froda Loftusness that plays aggressively. He would like a tentative number 55 out there.
Staples on a 13-4 run. Newman trying to create, and it's going to go. Skisik charged with the foul, and Newman makes his play of the night. Nice reverse dribble there.
But, you know, even on this replay, there is too much standing around.
Yep.
It's only Eddie Newman making things happen in the lane on this play. Fergus is just not in sync. Not the way they were in the District 23 games.
So 2 3-point play opportunities have been connected tonight by the Comets. One by Froda and now by Eddie Newman. Beachy, they can't leave him alone. And Froda to Newman. He's faced by Beachy. Great save. Shequin. And we got a blocking foul called on Christensen. Newman was looking for the fast break easy bucket off the rebound from Froda in the outlet.
And the Cardinal defense puts its hands up, blocks it. Beachy with a great play to save it. And watch Shequin. What a streak of lightning to the bucket. Left-handed, doesn't go in, but he picks up the foul. It's on Brad Christensen, his first.
Too strong for Shequin. And we got a lane violation. You know, that could be the shooter's problem there. It was almost kind of like a delayed shot.
He pauses right when he's ready to release.
Tight man-to-man D for the Cardinals.
Beachy is just locked up on Eric Carl.
He is, and Carl can't dribble that ball so high. Christensen left alone. Christensen, look at him hustle back on defense.
He listened to the coach in the huddle.
1-3-1 defense now for the Comets. And Beachy for three. Comets playing a little bit better on the offensive end. Staples not letting up. Newman, too strong. Outlet. Shequin, easy bucket.
I hope Shequin's out for track because that guy is fast. He got down court in a hurry.
Well, he played ball at the YMCA, cherry picking at noon.
As soon as the shot goes up, he releases. He gets out on the break.
Froda. It's not automatic tonight. Peterson. You can't leave him alone. And the Cardinals want to put it away in the first half. They might. Carl. Probably their best passer. And we got a foul. It's going to go. Great play by Eric Carl. Great concentration after the foul.
Watch Carl pick up his dribble, and nobody moves. There's no one to pass to, so he has to go up with a shot, and Ryan Beachy did have some body contact with Carl.
So with 3:31 remaining in the second quarter, the Cardinals, they're calling the shots. Cardinals are hot. All over the floor. Even from three-point land where they've hit 4 of 6. Comets not out of it. Hillcrest 9 turnovers, Staples 4, an 8-2 run over the last 90 seconds for the Cardinals. Joerger up top running the show. Now back to a 2-3 zone goes Hillcrest. Brainerd has defeated St. Cloud Tech. They will play the Spuds here Saturday night for the right to go to the AA tournament. Joerger. Peterson. He's human. Carl. Froda. Too hard from Eddie Newman. Too anxious.
Froda wanted the dunk. He was down court in a hurry, but the pass was just a shade long.
Peterson tied up by Newman and going to stay with the Cardinals. .240 remaining, first half, 34-18. Staples Motley, the defending region champions, in control here. Joerger almost lost it. Beachy. Nice pass inside. Couldn't get the gimme. Carl pulls it away. Gaden missed the short one inside. Christensen to Froda, and it won't go. It's going to be a blocking foul as they were doubling up on Froda inside. Ryan Beachy picks up his third, Dana. I would imagine that, yeah, Lynn Peterson's going to sit him down, and he's going to bring in Skeesik. You got to do it. You got to have Beachy on the floor second half.
He absolutely could not pick up his fourth foul before the second half would start. Beachy that time just didn't give Froda enough room to come down with the basketball. That's the rules of the game.
Lynn Peterson working the officials. Froda Loftus at the line.
Just take a look at Staples Motley bench. I mean, does that look like a basketball machine?
Yeah.
Uniforms for the trainers?
Froda, too strong. Skeesik gets it out to Joerger. They lead it. The Cardinals do, 34-18. Now this possession by the Cardinals is important to keep the ball away from the Comets because you don't have Beachy, Bird Dog, and Eric Carl anymore. But they score anyway. Gaden with the shot. You know what I'm saying, Dana? I mean, you got Beachy on the bench. You got to go to Carl now.
One of the best defenders, and Carl's got to work to get open.
There he is for three. They're just not in sync. Joerger behind him. Oh, couldn't get it again. He's hammered by Carl.
Good sportsmanship by Eric Carl. He hammered Gaden and picks him up off the court. Eric Carl, you got the feeling, though, when he shot from the corner, he was pressing. He wanted to get a shot off in the worst way, and he just didn't use the form he would normally use. Rushed it just a shade.
Gaden, a 6'3" center. Works the baseline well. Plays it 6'5". The old cliche. Down by 20. Christensen. Nice touch.
Number 23, Brad Christensen.
I think he's the guy who's got to shoot more because they're dogging Eric Carl so heavily along with Froda Loftusness.
Gaden, clean block. It'll stay with the Cardinals. Froda has to get working on the offensive end for his confidence to get going. I mean, I think we've seen that in the first half. He's a much better player at both ends if he's working on the offensive end. Sheequin has to go over the big fella, and they lead it by 20 with 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. A great showing by the Cardinals here tonight. And Eric Carl dribbling just a little too high. Sheequin. Froda. Christensen's got 10 seconds to work with. Carl. Forces the three. Short. Newman follows, it won't go. So a very discouraging first half for the Comets. But if they can get hot, they're not out of it. Ryan Beachy with 3 fouls. Lynn Peterson Peterson upset with the officiating, put his team in control. Let's go to Dana Mott.
Coach, you got to love it when a game plan comes together, up by 20 in the first half.
Well, it was, and I thought a big key, like I said before the ball game, we were going to go at the big kid. We got 2 fouls on him right away, and I think right now our kids feel confident going after him, and our defense has done some job for us on some offensive points.
And good luck in the second half.
Lynn Peterson, head coach of the Cardinals. They lead it by 20. You're watching Minnesota Region 6A semifinal action. The winner gets Long Prairie. We'll be here tomorrow night for the championship game starting at 8, and we'll be back.
Back at the Cobber Fieldhouse, we're at halftime. Staples Motley leads Fergus Falls Hillcrest by 20. Score is 40-20. One other game going on, the South Sub-Region Championship. Brainerd has defeated St. Cloud Tech, which means this Cobber Fieldhouse will be busy on Saturday night. The Moorhead Spuds will host Brainerd. And joining us is Nick Guida, player for the Moorhead Spuds. One of the key players, by the way, in that win over Bemidji on Tuesday night in Detroit Lakes. Nick, what do you know about Brainerd? Back at Concordia's Fieldhouse, we'll look at the halftime stats. The score is 40-20. Field goal, Staples Motley is red hot, hitting 15 of 24. Hillcrest just 9 of 22. The free throw line, Staples Motley, ice in the veins as usual. Hillcrest is winning the rebounding battle. Staples Motley better than 50% from beyond the three-point circle, and turnovers killing the Comets. 13 for Hillcrest, just 4 for Staples Motley. Individual scoring, Broda has 9 to lead the Comets. He has 3 rebounds. Carl held to 4 points, but he does have 4 rebounds. Christensen has poured in just a couple of buckets. For the Staples Motley Cardinals, Gayton has 15 points. Beachy has 12. Shequin has 7. Joerger, Peterson both with 3. Skizik is yet to get on the board, but he's got a rebound. We'll be back with Fergus Falls head coach Richard Risbrook after this break. Coach, do you chalk up that first half to some Region 6A jitters?
Well, we knew they were going to come on a tough defense, and they frustrated us. We getting the ball up the court. Our perimeter guys are having a rough time getting open. We talked about keep on screening and screening and screening and never give up, because we got to get these guys open. When we get the ball inside the Froda, we have something happening every time, but it's just tough for us to get it there tonight.
The kids still believe?
Oh, I think so. They got a lot of confidence in there. We got some pride now coming through in the second half.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
Well, I think Gayton has played some exceptional basketball in that first half for the Cardinals as they outscored Hillcrest 22-13 in the second quarter. And they ended the quarter with a 14-4 run, and it covered 5 minutes. Now, Gayton is only 6'3", and he's facing Protolopthasis, who physically has got pounds and height all over him. But it's been a hot shooting Cardinal ball club tonight. Lynn Peterson's team has hit 63% from the field in the first half, and not bad for Hillcrest, 45%. They got behind early and snowballed on them. They had a lightweight run midway through the first half, but it has been, I think, well put by Dana, tournament jitters. You don't like to admit it, but there was certainly a sense of hesitation on the part of the Comets in that first half. And you heard Lynn Peterson say those 2 fouls on Froda right away, I think, had a great psychological effect on the Comets for the rest of that half.
Going right after Froda, the big fella. I mean, there was no doubt about it with Lynn Peterson. What a game plan this Lynn Peterson has put together.
He wants the Cobber job. He belongs in the college ranks. Another thing that the Comets have got to do a little bit better job of is get back on the D.
Yeah.
Staples Motley is a transition team. They got one guy over 6 feet in the lineup, and that's Gayton, and they've got quickness. They try to use it baseline to baseline. Here we go. Carl to Protolopthasis. We got a foul, I think, before the shot.
They are fronting Froda. They are backing Froda. Here we'll get a look at it from the sky cam. Look at, they've got 3 players around Froda. Gets a, Great angle, gets off the shot, but he was fouled before he went up with the ball.
Carl to Froda. When you're 5 feet from the bucket and you throw it into 2 feet from the bucket, that's seriously sticking to your game plan. Joerger, the block on Eddie Newman. You know, the Comets need like a 10-4, 12-5 type run to get a feel of this thing.
Get into a rhythm, because they certainly haven't been in one, at least for the first half of this basketball game.
Peterson. Off the dribble, they closed off the shot. Froda doing what he's got to do.
That time we saw better movement from the Fergus Falls defense that time. That time they moved all the way across the floor. They slid that whole zone over. They didn't do that in the first half.
Carl to Newman. They're spreading out the offense. That man-to-man by Staples was spread out that time in a 4-0 start for Froda and company. And Lisa, who's been the quiet one tonight, comes away with the turnover.
Hold it up, Edward. You need help.
He doesn't care.
The pep talk at halftime worked.
No doubt. Comet fans starting to believe. Joerger. He's got nets in his eyes. He likes to cast it. Nice defensive series here by the Comets. Denied 3 shots already. Joerger. Sequent. And Froda takes that one away. A foul by Gaden. Now those shots for Staples were falling in the first half.
It's time for the basketball to start bouncing Fergus Falls' way. But it is because they're working harder on defense.
Notice the last time down the floor, Comets set their offense up almost at the midcourt line. Let's see what they do here. All right, Newman making his move up top a little higher, trying to spread it out.
Got to throw that lob higher to Froda.
Yeah, he's 6'9". Or 10.
He gets taller every game.
Or 11. Peachy. Hung up on the create.
Good job by Froda to cut off the lane, but not foul him.
Great start by the Comets. Newman does a great job of hanging on to it. Froda's in tight. Lynn Peterson. His team out of bounds. It's going to the Comets. He wants a timeout. Hillcrest on an 8-0 run to start the second half. And we'll be back.
Just what the doctor ordered.
By the Comets in the second half, and they're doing the job where they have to do it, Dana, down low.
Well, great inside pass that time to Froda. He gets it right underneath the basket, moves outside, puts it up and in. He's going to have a great field goal percentage when he shoots from in close, and he is 6 of 8.
An 8-0 run for Froda and company. This is the closest they've been since it was 29-16 in the second quarter. Loftus. Too strong. Lisa. Ooh, it's going to stay with the Comets. While we were away in a commercial break, all the Comet fans on their feet, making the most noise they've made all night. Christensen way outside. He can pop. Too strong. Froda on the loose ball. A 10-0 run for the Comets to start the second half. Over Froda. Cockwan percentage of scoring as opposed to having the ball here in the second half is 80%. If that continues, this lead will change.
You know, in the district, the Comets were a better second half team than first half.
We're talking 12 points off 8 possessions. There's a walk, nothing called. Peachy over Froda. Lisa. Shequin doesn't get the roll. Froda clears it out. Christensen on the run. Froda. He's fouled. It's going to go.
And the Hillcrest hero just continues to get bigger and better. Great pass inside. He did a great job of going to the basketball because it was over his head. Got the body turned around, and look at that! He's even got emotion in this game.
And look at Jack Sand.
You'd think a low-pressure system was moving in.
Froda, he's even hitting free throws. It's a 7-point game. A 15-2 run to start the second half for the Comets. It's going to the Comets. Conklin off his knee. Eddie Newman with the D. It's tournament time. Froda with 11 points in this quarter.
Good hustle by Eddie Newman.
He saved that one. He knows where the corner is. Nice move by Carl. Froda follows. Gaden is going to come back in the game. Prime time, Minnesota basketball. You're watching WDAY. They call it March Madness. Down by 20. Left for dead at intermission. Here come the Comets. This is a different Cardinal ball club in the second half. And defensively, the Comets are doing it on both ends of the floor.
Staples not nearly as quick, not nearly as crisp with their passing.
Beachy. Rejected. Sequence fouled. It's going to go. Their highlight of the third quarter. Now the question comes up, is that going to stop Hillcrest rally?
I don't think one play will, but at least it's like Staples Motley can relax and take a breath. The run is over for at least the moment. We got the Hillcrest fans back in their seat.
Points in this quarter by the Cardinals, 17 by Hillcrest. Newman up top against Peterson. Lisa.
He doesn't want the ball.
Christensen off balance. Peterson. Froda clears it away. It's one shot at the bucket for the Cardinals here in the second half. Down by 6.
Froda's playing big at both ends of the court. And Eric Carl just has 4 points. He hasn't done much yet.
Froda. Back to Carl. Off balance to Froda.
He's a machine in the second half.
Unbelievable!
Staples will go for one shot to end the quarter.
tuned for News Center 6 at the conclusion of this game. One of my favorites. Oh, yeah, we got a dandy. Beachy. Cardinals by 7. What an easy sell. We got 8 minutes to go. Stay with us. Put an inside cleanup, Dana. That's been the key. He's the difference here in the second half.
But he's also getting some help from some other players. He dominated the third quarter, but other players are now making things happen, going to the hole, giving him better passes inside.
A 21-8 run for the Comets in the third. And 3 of those for the Cardinals came on a last-second shot by Beachy, and there he is again. Another 3, and he's caught in the crowd. A 10-point lead for the Cardinals. Carl, baseline move. He's fouled. I believe it's going to be on Joerger from behind. And Carl, a great free throw shooter. Now, it seems that Carl's game has picked up as far as the rhythm goes as well.
Well, it's the fourth quarter now. He's the senior. He's going to start taking over a little bit. Joerger did get him from behind, but Carl, it's almost an automatic, too. He's 80% from the line.
Ryan Beachy, 4 of 7 from three-point land here tonight. 2 of those were his last 2 shots. Carl only gets 1 of them. Joerger. I'll tell you what, Lynn Peterson, he's doing some coaching tonight. He's trying to get this thing under control. Whoa! Beachy out of bounds. He walked instead. That's a heck of a catch.
It's a good call by Bobby Nick, though. Ryan Beachy had to stutter a little bit to try and stay in bounds.
When was the last time a Lynn Peterson team squandered away a 20-point lead? Been a while. Newman doubled up. Still loose. Christensen. Rhoda. He's fouled. It goes. Holy smokes. It's been 2 different halves. 2 different players. 2 different Jack Sands.
The one you see on TV and the one in person here today. Rhoda, I think he's got 26 points now.
I can't believe he's hitting free throws the way he is. He couldn't buy one the other night.
Oh, when things go your way, everything goes your way.
Dana, what has happened, I think, with this Comet offense is that Staples isn't getting the fast break buckets anymore because they got to take the ball in bounds.
There is no transition game for Staples, not in this half.
Joerger follows his own. Doesn't get it. Rhoda, outlet to Christensen. Here come the Comets. They're down by 6. 6:20 remaining in the game. Into Rhoda. He's fouled. And Gaden picks up another one. And now they become very crucial. That is 5 on Gaden as we unofficially have it. It is 5. And that is a big key. Remember that. 6:18 remaining. Gaden fouls out. When Hillcrest got on their run, Gaden was on the bench.
When Staples Motley got out to that big lead early, it was Gaden scoring a whole bunch of points for the Cardinals.
That physical game working both ways. Down by 6. Over the back, it's Lisa. think? Is Lynn Peterson going to pull the air out of it? They've got the ball handlers.
They've got the ball handlers. They've got the outside shooters. They've got the free throw shooters at Fergus Falls when it comes to a free throw shooting contest.
They're going to try to backdoor a couple. Now, this will do two things. It'll open up the three-point shot. It'll change the momentum. And it will put a lot of heat on Hillcrest to get the ball back. What a coaching move by Lynn Peterson. Right as they cross the midcourt line, we pick it up. And he's so famous for this. When is Dickie Risbrud going to say, hey, go man to man? Risbrud, he looks at the clock. He's talking to his assistant coaches. It's a chess game. Coming up on the 5-minute mark, the Pat Riley at 23A. He's been down the road before. Shequin was all alone on the baseline, and Newman will take the foul up top, and Joerger drew it.
Number 31, Ed Newman. That's his third personal foul.
Hey, this is great coaching. Lynn Peterson going back to his strengths, handling the ball, moving the ball, saying we got it by 6 and we own the ball. No shot clock, another foul. And keep in mind, this is a great free throw shooting team in the Cardinals.
They just fouled the best Cardinal free throw shooter, David Joerger, hit 78% of his from the line.
Going to the line for the Cardinals, number 21, David Joerger, shooting 1 and 1.
Too strong. Lisa, is the rally still alive?
But you know, by changing momentum, I think Staples Motley has taken the pressure off itself.
They ate 2 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock with that. Carl, too strong. Beachy. Now, if that continues, they're 3 possessions away from putting this thing away.
Pressure's back on Fergus Falls. It was on Staples Motley. Here comes man-to-man.
All right, Dickey changes him up on the D. This is where Beachy is so good. See that? What a player.
A confident player.
An 8-point advantage. Hillcrest got to stay within what they were doing, I think. Carl knows where Froda is. Froda's way away from the bucket. There's a foul. That's on Joerger. Froda was posting up about 10 feet away from the bucket. Here it is.
I think it's a good foul, though. Froda is not the best free throw shooter in the world. Joerger, with some backside help, gets a piece of the arm.
Are the Comets going to take it baseline to baseline pressure? Beachy for Staples has scored the last 8 points. .340 to go. Coming down the stretch. Stay with us. Those Comets and those Cardinals all the way to the finish. They're going to battle it out. If it comes down to free throw shooting, this is who you don't want to foul in the Staples camp.
Even bad is pretty good. Skizik at 60%.
Gaden is fouled out. Shequin's on the floor. Skizik played a little bit in the first half. A 27-13 run here in the second half by the Comets. And Lynn Peterson Look who's helping out on the bench for Lynn Peterson. Kevin Coughlin, who used to play for the Bison and the Cobbers.
His claim to fame was a Bison Sioux game in Grand Forks.
Sonny Gulzik almost had him on the All-American team. They got to come out on the ball. I mean, they really have to come out on the ball.
They've gone back to the zone.
This is not hard for Staples. Oh. Hey, this is called the Stall Clinic 101. And I mean, guys get big-time jobs teaching teams how to do this.
This is just an old-fashioned game of keep away.
And Eric Carl says, I've seen enough.
Home of the Comets, number 35, Eric Carl, that's his second personal foul. Going to the line for Staples Motley, number 34, Kevin Sheeklin.
You want to talk about pride. Hillcrest, if it means anything, you have shown me something tonight. Staples took a minute 33 off the clock. We're down to 2:07. Sheeklin, 63% from the line, just got up to 100. Newman, look out. They're double teaming Froda. Lisa, been quiet all night. Froda. He's got it. Down by 6. They're going to have to foul. Christensen almost a steal. Look at that athletic ability by Beachy. Froda on the steal. Over to Christensen. Over to Froda. Too strong. Christensen's foul. Coughlin on the foul.
How in the world did Beachy not see Froda Loftusness? All 6'8" of him dribbling the ball, then he gives it up to Christensen. He just lobs it back into Froda, who got bumped a little bit going up for the shot. Wasn't called, he missed it. But there's Christensen with a heady play going back inside to hit the board.
At the line, Christensen puts it down. It's a 5-point game. And Dick Risbrook, he wants a timeout. And this is a crucial timeout because he'll want his defense set up after the free throw. Great coaching job there. Back with more from Concordia in a moment.
We got plenty of time. And get on your guys right away. Hey, believe me. Good effort. Good effort. Hey, proud of what you guys have played. Keep it up. Keep it up. Great comeback. It's not over yet, you guys. You can take them. Let's go. Let's go.
Still believing.
What is it about athletic competition that makes people gravitate to one another? Christensen draws them within 4. Joerger. Beachy. You see the time. 1:15. What, are they waiting for the right guy?
I don't think there is a right guy.
Christensen gives up the foul. Sheeklin to the line, shooting 63% on the year.
Going to the line for the Cardinal, number 34, Shequin, shooting 1 and 1.
You're looking at a team in red that hadn't been to this game in almost 15 years and was down by 20. Now, how do you believe in that situation and come back and do what they've done? Shequin, he has been fantastic at the line down the stretch. A 6-point game, less than a minute. Newman to Carl. Tried to go to Froda, it was tipped. That might do it. Carl on the foul. 1 and 1 is what they call.
Well, the Comets number 35, Eric Carl, that's his third personal foul. On the line for Staples Motley, number 21, David Joerger, shooting 1 and 1.
Dana, we got 47 seconds remaining in this game, and Staples Motley has scored 11 points in the second half tonight.
That's what you call
No, excuse me. They have scored 18 points in the second half.
What you call building a big lead and hanging on for dear life.
And oh, those free throws are big.
Number 41, Chris Nordland.
Nordland checks in. Newman. Christensen for 3. He saw the spot on the backboard. Quick foul by Carl. It'll be 1 and 1. A 5-point game, 30 seconds to go.
If it works, go ahead and take it. Doesn't matter if it banks in or if it hits nothing but net. It was 3 points that Hillcrest desperately needs.
Joerger at the line. Cardinals by 5. Too strong. Big rebound by the Cardinals and another foul. Clockman with the rebound.
Calls called on Hillcrest number 23, Brad Christensen. That's his third personal foul. At the line for Staples Motley, number 42, Brian.
New center 6 following immediately right after the game. Carl down by 5, 23 seconds. Well, that's not bad. It'll stop it. It'll let them think a little bit. Risbrut wants a timeout. Let's go see what Lynn Peterson is thinking in the Cardinal huddle.
Hey, listen, you don't give them a 3, but you don't give them an easy 2. All they need are two to tie. They need a 3 and a 2, okay? Get it in, get it down the court. Get it in, get it down the court as quick as you can. I got some timeouts. Now listen, we want time more than fouls. I mean, don't throw it away. Don't throw it away, but if you can keep moving it, and they don't get a chance to foul you, let the clock run down, okay? But we got to have good D. If they get it inside a 3 and put it up, don't foul them and give them a 3-point play inside. Long shot, long rebound. Yep, watch for a press. Watch for a press and box out. Okay?
20 more seconds, let's go.
Any questions? Box out, board up, and then don't throw it away. Just take your time. If somebody's open, get them the basketball. Don't wait until you're trapped and then get them. Then they get a chance to foul you. We'll hit the throws, but let's let the clock run down. All right? All right, come on, wake up.
He's got the game plan, Lynn Peterson. He's got as many region titles as the Bison have got national championships in football. There's a whole bunch of them. 20 seconds to go. Hillcrest trails by 5, and they have the ball. Newman. Eric Carl. He has to do something. Cross court. Nordland. It won't go. And a rebound. Down low by Beachy, and he's fouled. 9 seconds left. That is 5 on Carl. Eric Carl. What a great kid. He's had a great season. Done a lot for him, Eric. Got a lot to be proud of, buddy. So to the line goes Ryan Beachy with 9 seconds remaining, and the Cardinals lead it by 5, and Richard Risbrod is going to get some folks in the ball game now. Chad Miller in for Hillcrest. 20 tonight, 21 tonight for Ryan Beachy. A lot of character shown by this Hillcrest team. A lot of character. Down by 20 at halftime. 61-54, and Dick Risbrod wants a timeout, and we'll keep it here. New Center 6 will follow right after the game, folks. And we'll come back and have our sportscast here at the Cobber Fieldhouse. Tournament action.
Hey, you guys played a great basketball game tonight. I'm proud of you guys. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Okay? Hey, when it's over, you go over and shake their hands real hard, and then go over to our fans, and you thank them for what they've done for us all season long. Okay? You thank them for us. Rod, you played a great game. We played our goal was to come back in the second half, and you guys did it. Okay? I'm proud of you guys. You played your hearts out. Okay? Never say never, though. Come down, shoot the 3 right away, play defense, and you go until a buzzer. You go until a buzzer. But remember, you're 2 sportsmen out there. You're 2 sports. You be gracious in losing. Okay? Be gracious. I'm proud of you guys. You've come a long ways, buddy. You've come a long ways. You guys improved every single game. We have nothing to be ashamed about tonight. Nothing to be ashamed about. Everybody's proud of you. Okay? Thanks a lot for a great ball game tonight. Thanks a lot for a great ball game. Come on. Right. Remember, we're going over to our fans. Going over to our fans. Go. Go!
Dick Risbrod, you ought to write a book.
Talk about classy.
He told him to shoot the 3.
First open shot, he had it.
That'll do it. A great comeback by the Fergus Falls Hillcrest Academy Comets. True character in every sense of the word. What a season for the Comets. And it will not end for Lynn Peterson and the Cardinals.
We'll go on sale at 8 a.m.
Great class down the stretch by both ball clubs. They gave us the game, the final. Staples Motley 61, Hillcrest 54.
Thank you all for coming.
And it's going to be Long Prairie and Staples Motley tomorrow night. And our coverage starts at 8 o'clock. Dick Risbrod, if he wasn't Coach of the Year in 23A, I don't know who should get it. But what a dandy. Dana, he's with the head coach of the Comets.
Coach Risbrod, you got to be awfully proud. Down by 20 at halftime, and your kids came back and made a game of it.
They really are. Remember, you asked me if they were going to give up, and we have confidence. They did believe, and they came back. We're proud of these guys. We did all we could ask of them. That's all we can say.
Ball club really must have touched the hearts of people in Fergus Falls, including you.
Hey, they touched my heart. We come a long ways. It was just great to be here. You guys have done such a professional job. We're impressed with you guys. We thank you for all the coverage, and we had the best PR we've had in a long time for our little school. We got 7 boys in our senior class, and 2 of them are basketball players, and we're just thankful. That's all we can say.
Coach, we walked away impressed too with the Comets and with you. Good luck.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Richard Risbrut, head basketball coach of the Comets. What a class act. For Lynn Peterson, they continue in the Cardinal camp. They'll be back tomorrow night. They'll take on Bruce Young and the Long Prairie Indians. It's going to be a dandy. Our final score here tonight, 61-54. Folks, we've enjoyed it. Stay tuned for News Center 6. We'll be back with our sports in about 20 minutes. Final score tonight, Staples Motley 61, Fergus Falls Hillcrest 54. This has been a presentation of WDAY Television Sports, and you know it, the leader in the Red River Valley.